start. All right, so we want to talk about WordPress. So what is WordPress? WordPress is a software that is developed on a particular programming language, which is known as PHP, that you can use to create any website that you can see online. So WordPress is a tool that you can use to build sites. So it makes it easier for you or anybody that doesn't even know about coding to build site. It's just a matter of you clicking of buttons and installing things to make everything to come together. But still, when you want to do something that is advanced, you still need to know how to code there. But for now, we want to see how we can use WordPress to develop different sites. So you can use it to build a site for portfolio, for a site that gives information, and a lot of different sites that you can think of. You can build it with WordPress. And when you want to use WordPress, we have two ways of using it. So we have the way of just you not doing anything, and WordPress is going to help you to do everything for you there, but you have to pay when you want to do that one. So when you go to wordpress.com, you can use their site, or you can use that site to set up whatever site that you want to build for the user there. But they give you one free site, but after that you have to pay it before you can install other site and a lot of other things that you need to do. And as you can see right now, I'm logged in to my dashboard. So this is where you developer are going to be doing a lot of work, which I'm going to explain better later on there, like that. And as you can see the site here, I've already built this site. So what I can just do is to click on this view site. I'm going to show you how to do all this in locally soon. But this is the online one that you don't even need to do anything. Just go there. They will help you to set up free, but you will not be able to customize the site like that because they will want you to pay before you can start changing a lot of things about the site. But instead of you depending on these people, you can actually download the software yourself and you set up everything. And with that, nothing like you have to pay first before you can do the setup. That one is totally free. But when you want to deploy it online, you need to buy domain and hosting. And that one is normal stuff there like that. So you have to pay for hosting and domain. And as you can see, like a sample site that I have here. So it's just a site where people can see what we are doing. Maybe you are selling, or maybe you are selling gadgets, or it's something that do with your portfolio where you want to showcase what you've done, what you've worked on, and people can read about your work. So you can use WordPress to build this kind of a site quickly without you building everything from scratch yourself like that. And as you can see here, I have this simple site where we sell cookies. So we sell different type of cookies. We have the golden, groovy, and so forth like that. And as you can see here, it have the section that lists all the type of the cookies that we're selling. And from there, user can click on order now, which is something I have not added any link to it. Again, it has some other information about what we are selling, the price of the stuff. If they want to order, they just need to click on it, and it's going to take them to a page to order the stuff. But WordPress make it easier for you to create this kind of a site, or any site you want or you think you can think of there like that. So it now depends on you to design them, and design it there too. You are not going to be writing code like that. What you do is to use what is known as theme there by installing different themes, and you can even customize the theme there like that. And in order for you to do all this thing, you need to have an account with this wordpress.com here like that. I've already signed in. That's why it is showing the site that I have there like this. But assuming I'm not signing there, it's going to show you their home page where you are going to, for example here, let me just log out. And once I click on log out, you see that I won't be seeing anything like this again. What I'm going to be seeing here is just their main site. And as you can see, this is what is going to show. As you can see, hassle-free WordPress. So WordPress is a software that you can use to develop sites, but it comes with some other setting that you need to do on your system. There is some software you need to install. There is something you need to download before everything can come together. But instead of you downloading all these things to your system, you can use this site to do everything out of the box. So you don't need to start doing installation yourself. What you just do is to log in or to sign up, and once you sign up, they will help you to create your site and you'll be able to manage it. And again too, they are going to give you the domain. As you can see here, the site, I already have this free domain that is attached to it that you can quickly share with people to see what is going on. But if you want to be able to customize this thing easily with this WordPress, you have to pay first before they will allow you to do advanced customization there. But instead of you paying them, what you can do is to set it up locally yourself first. Then when you are ready to deploy it, then you now make it available online. But with this WordPress.com, you can have the stuff online easily. What you just need to do is to click on get started, and from there you sign in or you sign up depending on whether you already have an account with them before or not. If you had an account before, you log in. If you don't have an account, you get started with them. And as you can see, you can just continue with any of this information, whether you want to use email or you want to use Google account. So I'm going to click on Google account so that it will connect to my Google account. And once you see, once I pick my account that I want to use like that, this one already have it with them. So click on continue. And once you see this, there's something that is there before, it will log you in. But assuming you are connecting to Google account that is not there before, you see that it's going to ask you a lot of other questions that you need to do. As you can see here, you need to pick the site that you want to build, or you can choose a domain, or here you can choose the free one. So for example, here now we just want to do Abdul Rakib, let's just say gadgets like this. So from there, it's going to bring out a list, and as you can see, they have the paid one, which is not what you want. So you scroll down until you see the free, which is that the .wordpress.com here. That means if you are using their site, they can give you the free one, or you see some other paid one. But what you want to use right now is the free, because you are just doing training there like that. So based on the name you put here, it's going to create this .wordpress.com, just like the way we have it for that Cloudflare that gave us .pages.dev. So for their own, this is the free one that you have there. So what you just need to do is to select it, and the next thing is for you to continue, because we are not picking any paid stuff. So the money there is going to be zero like that. And as you can see here, the one you need is free, because before you can start doing a lot of customization later on, as you can see, before you can start doing a lot of customization later on, you have to pay $4 like that per month. As you can see, you have dozens of premium themes and a lot of things. But for the free one, as you can see, you can only create pages, which is your login page, home page. You can create posts, user, and a lot of visitors. This is what you just need for now if you want to use their this thing. So the next thing is going to show is for you to pick a theme. So what are the themes and the colors that you want to use for that particular site? So you pick whatever one you want to use like that. So based on the information that you give here. So if I want to create a site where I can, or a site for blog, maybe you want to be doing blogging like all this Linda Ikeji and whatever stuff like that. So if you want to create a site like that, you can just pick this, and it's going to bring different things for you to pick there. Or if it's a site where you just want to showcase your portfolio, like, okay, this is what I do, I'm a software, or I develop sites, these are the sites that I've developed before, this is what I can do, and so forth like that. So all those info on that portfolio. But if it is a business, or to promote business, or to collect donation, different type of sites you can think of, they can help you to build it out of the box. But I'm going to click on this portfolio, or you can even select multiple one, so that you are going to see a lot of themes that is going to bring out for you like that. And once you get to this other screen, it will bring out a theme for you. And once that theme is out, it's now left for you to pick one of them. As you can see, so you need to pick a theme. You're not going to be designing everything from scratch yourself. It's based on themes and plugin to make sure that you have the kind of the site that you want. So instead of you coding everything from scratch, someone has already done all this thing for you. Your own is now to pick a theme that matches the type of the site that you want to build. And these are different ones. As you can see, this one is free. Every other one that have this one, it means you cannot install them until you pay. So any one of them that have this asterisk, and that's the reason I don't like them, because most of their stuff is not that free. Most of the good stuff there, they are not free. You have to pay. But for all those ones that are free that you are seeing here, they are not that good like that. So they don't really look good. I don't know, is it network, why is it slowing down? So it's supposed to show all the images, because you are going to be seeing how your site is going to look like for each one of them. As you can see, this one, so this is how it's going to look like when you use it for blog like this. So this is how this one is going to look like, and as you can see, different one are like that. But all this one, they are not available. You have to pay before you can see those. So for the store teams, maybe you are building a site for someone that want to be selling gadgets, just like what we have now. So we are selling like phones and all those things, like a shop where you can buy gadgets. So you would now want to create a site that can do that. As you can see, this is the one I picked for the site that I showed you before. So this one is for selling cookies, and you can customize it to look like what you want, or you can go with the other one that is there. For example, like this tax now, well, this one is not available for free, but you can see the one that are available for free, they are not that good. So all those ones that are not available for free, you have to pay for them before you can have this kind of a look. But let me go with this one. So you have to click on the one you want, but make sure that you click on the free one. And again, you have to pick a theme, color theme. As you can see, it will show you the sample by this side. So if I click on this one, as you can see now, that color has changed. So like that. But if you look at it, all this one, they are not free. So it put, you can see, you have to upgrade, and that's why I don't like them. But later on, we are going to see how to set up this thing locally by ourselves, so that we have access to a lot of things. But that one, you have to install some software first before you can set it up like that. But you are still not going to be coding the stuff too. It's just that you have to download the software and know a little bit about the software that you are going to be using. But with this, you don't need to do all those things. Your own is just to click on buttons until you get to the final stage, and it's going to set up the site for you. Then after that, you can go back with the dashboard that will be given to you to modify the content and how the page is going to look like. But it's still limited too with this site. You have to pay before you can have access to the full stuff. And as you can see right now, it's building the site already, and once it's done, it will take me to the dashboard where, can you see now? So our site is ready. With just how many number of minutes now, the site is ready. The only thing you just need to be doing is just to modify the content. And how do you see what is going on with the site? So you can click on this view site at the top, and you see that it will take us. So that, can you see the URL is there? Once you have this URL, you can go there anytime you want, and you'll see that it's going to show on your system there. So let me forward the link into this chat like that, and you see that if you click on it, you are going to see the same thing that I'm seeing right now. So this site is perfectly for people that are selling jewelries, but that doesn't mean you cannot customize it and replace it with your own data for the gadget store that you are building the application or the website for. So instead of us showing all this cipher whatever stuff, we just replace it with the image of the phone, where it can be iPhone, it can be any other thing that you are selling, along with the name and along with the price. But where are all these things coming from? They are coming from the dashboard. So here now I can go back to the dashboard, and from this dashboard, this is where you are going to customize everything about your site. So the user will not be seeing this site. What the user will be seeing is what it's showing here. So what the user will be seeing is what is showing here, but you as a developer, you can customize everything about that site from this place. And majorly, most of all this stuff you are going to be using here is just this. You are going to be using pages. So this is what you are going to be using to create different pages, just like the way we normally do with our HTML. That you are going to create index.html, signup.html, and so forth like that. This one, you don't need to start creating all those files yourself. What you just do is to click on all pages to see everything that you already have on this site. So if you want to see all the pages, so just click on it. It's going to bring all the pages out. And as you can see, the only pages we have here is about. So if you go back to the site, you'll see that we have the about page. So if I click on this about, you see that it will take me to the page for that particular one like that, as you can see. So this is the only page that we have. But what if you want to add other pages? You can do everything here by clicking on add page. For example, we want to add a page for contacts where the people can contact us or do some stuff there like that. So once you click on add page, it's going to bring out a screen for you where you can type everything. I told you, you're not going to be doing it with any coding here. You are going to be typing what you want, and again there, or whatever you want, you are going to type it, and it's going to show to the user on the screen there once you save. And this thing is taking time to load. What's wrong with the network? All right, so once it's done loading, we should have, as you can see now, you have an editor that you can use to modify the page you want. So every type of element you want to create, this editor have them. What you are just to do is to just add, as you can see, you need to add the title of the page. So if I go back to the site, as you can see, this is the title of the page and this is the content of this about page. So the page that we want to create to, we can just add the title. For example, here is going to be contact us, like that. Then inside this place, this is where you put the content that you want to showcase to the user. By default, the type of the content that is there is text, but don't forget, on the screen you can show different type of content like image, like slider, and so forth, like that. So for example, if I want H1, you can click on this plus to bring out different type of content that you want to display. As you can see, you can display image, you can display heading, which is that your H1 to H6. This is your normal paragraph that you are going to type in the code. But yeah, you don't need to type anything. You pick the type of the content that you want, and you can browse all so that it bring them out. So it comes with different type of content you can display. As you can see, table, it can help you to display table. It can help you with slider, gallery, image. If you want to show audio, for example, if you go to some site, you see that you can play audio there, or you know from your code you are going to use audio. But yeah, just click on this audio and it's going to give you the same thing. So if you want to include slider, it comes with slider too, like that. If it is video, as you can see, it can help you to display YouTube video easily. Just click on it and it will generate the necessary code for you. If it is slider you want to use, then you click on slider here. And this thing is what we call blocks. So you can think of blocks as different content that you want to showcase on the screen there. So yeah, for example, I want to have one heading, so I can click on this heading. Can you see it's going to bring out the stuff like that, which I'm going to, and currently can you see it is H2, but you can switch to different type of heading that you want. So I want this thing to be H3, like that. And from there, what did I want to have? I just want to say contact our business, like this. So this is what I want to display. Then to go to the next line, just click on the line that you want. So once you click on it, it will move to the next line and you can bring the type of the content you want to. So I want paragraph, which is what is going to give you by default. And again too, you can customize them, change everything, you can format it. So if I want this part to be bold, it's just by clicking on this bold here. If I want it to be in italics, it's just by clicking on this I. And if I want this to be bold too, it's just by clicking on it and it's going to apply what I want it to show at that side. So again too, here after the text, I want to show slides there, or I want to a list, or whatever you want to do. Just pick the type of the codes that you want to showcase to the user. For example, here we want to show image at that place. And as you can see here, how do you show image? You know, you are going to be using img tag, but you don't need to do that here. Your own is just to upload image or generate by AI or insert the URL. Maybe that image you want to display is coming from another site. Maybe for example, now let me go to this site and see if I can get an image from this site. Let me see. I think there's an image here. So let me inspect that image, or let me inspect that container. No, that's not it. Okay, I think this is it. Yeah, so this is the image. So let me copy the links. Let me copy the links to that image. What's wrong with this? So copy value like that. And let me go to our page. So from there now we can insert URL. So what we just need to do is to paste that URL. So all this one is not supposed to be there. So what's supposed what's this one? Let me format the stuff correctly, because it's adding what I don't want. This is the only stuff that I want here, and it's not that easy to edit. So let me paste and press enter, and it will go there to load the image. As you can see easily, it will go there and load the image from that URL. But if the image is not coming from URL, you can upload it yourself directly from here. And as you can see what you are doing, this one too is just as if you are creating the code, but you are using an editor to do everything. And whatever you have here, once you publish this stuff, you are going to see it on the site. Right now it's not there yet. So if you go back to that site, we are not seeing anything there yet. And as you can see, the site title too, we did not put any title, but all these things you can adjust them using WordPress, and you don't need to touch any code. Everything I've been doing since, I've not write a single line of code, and I have a complete site that it can work there. But don't forget, what you'll be doing mostly is to install themes and plugins to make everything to look perfectly the way you want, because it's not every time that what you have here is going to give you what you want to do. But instead of you doing everything like this from scratch yourself, you can use themes that have a lot of things, a lot of goodies, a lot of blocks that you can use later on there. And in order for us to see this in, what we just need to do is just to publish. And once you publish it like that, you can even change the URL if you want. Let me cancel it first. So under this page here, you can see how things are going to show on the screen. So once we publish it, everything will be available, and this is URL to that page. So contact us. So contact with this iPhone us. That's what is going to take you to that page like that. That's what we call the slug. So the author who created the stuff, the template you are using, which is pages, and some other information that you want to pass. So if you want to pass the title that we normally create in our this thing, you can pass it here. So if you need the title, you can pass it at this place. And again too, you can do some other setting. But for now, let's start with this simple stuff. And what we can just do here is to publish. And now the page is available. So the page is available. To get to the page, we just need to copy this URL if you want, like that. Or we can go back to the site and we can just reload. Can you see now? It's not there. So what we had before is about. But now that I've added the page for the contact, as you can see, it's showing automatically. And once you click on it, you see that it will take us to the page along with the content that we provided. But look at it now. The design for this page is not like the way I want it. So later on, you are going to see how to install different themes to make sure that this thing looks like the way you want it to be. And as you can see, it have all this different stuff where you can go to and you can modify each one of them. But one of the things here is the pages, where you can create page, and whatever page that you create, depending on the themes that you are using, is going to showcase the page on the menu list here. So this is what we call menu list here. So where you have the about and all the other pages that you have is going to showcase them here depending on the theme that you are using. So the theme we are using right now, this is how it's arranging its menu, and it's something that we can customize. So how do you customize it? So to customize everything here, we just need, let me X6. Let me go back to the dashboard. So leave. So clicking on this, it should take us back to the dashboard. And as you can see, we now have 2 pages. So this is what was there before. You can delete or you can duplicate so that you work on another one. And again, you can create a new page. All the pages you have, they are going to show here like that. So the Mailverse, the company that you register with, this is what they use to build their sites there, because it kind of make it easier to work with a site. So when you are dealing with different companies like that they want to quickly show something, so it's better you use WordPress to build a site for them. What you just do is to find the plugin and themes that works based on what the requirements of the company are there. So the pages, so the post, this is where you can create different posts for blog posts and so forth like that in this way. So you can click on this one too to see all the posts, and as you can see, there is only one post. So WordPress is really good when you are dealing with blog posts or when you are dealing with content that needs to change over time. So it's kind of easier to create a post. If you want to build a site that is going to do something like this for you, it's going to take you months before you can build something like this. So something that we just did now within few minutes, it's going to take you a lot of months, and it's going to take months before you can put everything together like this. But someone has already built this thing, and your own is just to get the software, which is a thing that has been built. Then you use this dashboard to customize how the site is going to look like. But how do you do the customization perfectly? That's where this appearance and this plugin comes in. So with this appearance side, as you can see, that's an editor or here that you can use to edit your site in general, like the header, title, and the footer and so forth like that. So under this editor, you can customize your pages and so forth like that. Again, under the themes, this is where you can pick different themes that you want to use for the site. For example, now, assuming you want to build a site for school, so what you can just do is to go online, you just type WordPress themes like this for school. So you just type it like this, and you are going to see different WordPress themes that you can use for different schools. So someone reach out to you, we are a school and we want to develop a site where we can showcase what we do in our school, what are the courses or what are the subjects we are offering, what are the classes that people can go for, and so forth like that. So you don't need to build this thing from scratch yourself. What you can just do is to use WordPress. So what you do, based on the people that are reaching out to you, you go online and you look for the team that matches it, because you are not going to be building all this thing from scratch. What you do is to find a team that works based on the requirement. So if someone reach out to me now and say they want to build a site, maybe for logistics site, where they can, people can go to their site, they can send packages from one state to another or from one country to another, depending on the type of the logistics, or you can help them to pack their loads from one state to another. So what you can just do, go online. So you just look for logistics WordPress theme like this. Some of them are free, while most of them are paid, but you are working for someone, so you have to put all this money inside whatever charges you want to charge them. And as you can see, you just need to look for the one that looks. So can you see logistic WordPress theme? So just click on it. They are going to give you different themes depending on what you want to do. So you look at different type of them, or the theme that you have there, and you look for the one that is the best. Then if it's something you have to pay for, you pay, but you know that the payment have to be part of wherever you are developing the stuff for. Or sometimes some of them are free, they give you part of it to be free, but if you need a full theme, you have to pay for the full version. But since we are learning right now, we are not going to be paying for anything. We're only going to be doing all the free one there. But when you are working in a real sense, you might need to pay to get the full access to what is going on. As you can see, this site now is giving us 30 best WordPress educational team like that. This image is supposed to show here, and it's because of the network. And once the network is shown correctly, we should have the stuff. As you can see there, you are going to add different types of them like that. So it's come with different ones. As you can, this is Astra. So this is one for babies or for kindergarten. When you are building for kindergarten there, like that. So this is another one for university. This is another one. So you just keep checking each one of them until you see the one that looks like what you want. As you can see, this one looks like a university, and this is what all the university are using. Most of all the university in Nigeria, they are using WordPress. Almost 90% of the university in Nigeria, they are using WordPress for their own page. So it's something that you can use. What you just need to look for is a team that can do what you are expecting there. So like this one now, this Academica Pro like that. So this is a fully themes that you can use to develop a site for like university or any institution there. And as you can see, this is how the menu will look like. So you can click on it to see how it's going to look like, and once you like it, you can buy it if it is paid. But if it's not paid, then you can download it. Some of them, even if it is paid, you can still have access to. And again, you can check it live. So live, this is how it's going to look like on mobile, and this is how it's going to look like on desktop. So you can buy it or you can look at it freely. So when you click on live demo, it will show you how it's going to look like when you install it in your WordPress later on there. And again, it have all the screen available for you. The mobile one is available, the desktop one, and the tablet. You don't need to do anything. What you just do is to change the content or to arrange the content there like that. As you can see, this is the classic demo, and this is the Elementor demo. And the Elementor one there, that Elementor is the editor that you can use to edit your site. Just like what we did before for that contact page, you see that we are able to generate different blocks, and we are typing it. So that editor, that's the default one that comes with WordPress. But you can actually install external editor to edit your site. And one of the editor that you can use here is this Elementor. So this is a software that is part of this in there, or it's a plugin that you can install into your WordPress so that you can be able to design your site. What's wrong with them? Let me click on the view demo. Yeah, so can you see now? So this is the site showing to us live. So this is how it's going to look like in live when you install the theme. So, and all the content that they are showing here, this is just dummy content. You can replace them from the dashboard. So once you install it, then you have the power to replace anything from the dashboard of your site there like that. So this is the sample of the site, and as you can see, all these texts that are here, you can replace them. The link that will be here, you can replace them easily, and you can even change the arrangement of all this content from the dashboard. That's why you have the pages. So they are going to give you all the pages. If they don't give you the pages too, you can create one yourself, and as you can see, it have the post. So that post that I was showing that time, so like all these latest news, you can create them through the post so that the student can go here and read their latest news they have there. And again, there are different pages there, and you don't need to even do anything much. Your own is just to install the themes. Then you can now start customizing everything. And as you can see, they have different types. So they have the page with custom sidebar. That one, if you need sidebar. They have the one that doesn't have sidebar, and so forth like that. So once you install the theme, the next thing is for you to start customizing the stuff. Not that you'll be writing code. The only time I know you are going to write code is when you want to do crazy stuff that theme is not giving you. And most of the time too, you don't even need to write the code. What do you look for? You look for what is called plugin. So theme give you the basic stuff like the layout, the colors, arrangement, and everything. But once the theme you are using doesn't have some stuff, you can now go to the plugin section to install plugins that can do what you want to do like that. And if there is no plugin, then you can now create the thing yourself, and that's where you are going to get to the coding part. Even though you are not going to be doing coding too, it's still better for you to know it, because this thing is going to be generating some code behind the scene. You can still customize it using your code. And as you can see right now, this is the theme we are using, but every other theme we cannot use it because you have to pay. And that's why I don't like this thing like that. So I don't like it, and that's the reason why we're going to see the way of setting this thing up yourself on your system, so that you can install anything that you want, any theme that you want. Just download the theme and you are going to be able to use it. And the other thing I'm talking about here is the plugins. So these plugins now, this is where you can install different plugins, and plugin is just like external functionality that you can add into your WordPress. For example, now you want your WordPress to be able to show share button. Like when you go to some site, you see that on their site. Let me go to this Femtech. I think this Femtech IT like that. So this is a site. This Femtech people, they're in Ilorin. They sell gadgets and so forth like that. So their site too is using WordPress. So you don't need to start coding everything from scratch. What you can just do, download the WordPress and customize it according to your taste by using themes and plugin. And this site now, once it's done loading, you are going to see that there is a lot of things that is going on the site. Like this now, look at the sidebar. Apart from the sidebar, they have this WhatsApp share icon. Once this thing is loaded, this thing I think is WhatsApp share icon like that. And how do you add something like this to your site? You can just download plugin. Look at it too. So these are what I'm talking about. They have all this kind of a menu item that is sticky to this side. So there's different plugin that you can download that will do this thing for you. Your own is just to change the content that you want to show there. Again too, when the page is done loading, there is something that is going to pop out here, which is still loading right now because of the network. And once the stuff is done loading, it will pop out. So how do you do this kind of a pop out stuff? You're not going to be creating the code yourself, or if you want to do it, you can do it, but you have to be doing the coding. What you can do here is to look for extension or plugin rather. So in VS Code, VS Code too is an editor, but your VS Code doesn't have everything. So what do? You install extension so that it can be able to do some stuff that are not part of it. The same thing here too. So it's not everything that the WordPress have. So what can you do? You install external stuff that will make it to behave like the way you want. And that's what this plugin comes in. And this place too, as you can see, most of them are paid version. So when you want to include form, this is the one you can use to include form on your page. When you want to collect, or maybe you are creating a site where people can buy on that, like they can buy it. Because like this one now, this Femtech now, you can buy on their site. So as you can see, again, you can log in and you can buy whatever you want. Can you see my cart? It is 0 right now. But if I click on any of their products like this, so click on any of the products, it will take me to a page to see the full details, and from there I can add it to the cart. So how do you do this adding to the cart? Like user will click on something they want to purchase, and they are going to pay for it online, and your site is going to process it. WordPress can do this thing, but it doesn't know how to do it out of the box. That's where this WooCommerce there. And as you can see, it has been installed for you already. This WooCommerce like this is what you can use to collect and process e-commerce sites. So you have a site where you list out all the gadgets you want to sell, but people can purchase it online, not just looking at it. They can click on any one of them and buy it from your site. So if you want to do something like that, you have to use this WooCommerce to do the processing, the entry of your products and the payment and everything. You are going to connect it together, and it will make sure that everything is perfectly placed on the site there like that. So, and WordPress doesn't have this thing out of the box. It's a plugin that you need to install, and as you can see, one of them has been installed for you already like that. But you can come here and search for different plugins that you want to use like that. As you can see, this one now make it easier for people to download things. Again, this is another one, the one I talked about. So that's Elementor that I talked about. So it make it easier for you to build a site easily. So all those pages that we are trying to create for that contact page, it's with this Elementor now, it will be easier for us to just be dragging things around, and you are going to build whatever you want to build easily like that. But look at it, it is free, but they are still telling us to upgrade. And that's why I don't love it like that. And you can see it's something that a lot of people are using. 10 million installation. So it has been installed 10 million times like that. But they are not making it easier for us to use. So in order for us to be able to do all these things by ourselves, what we can do is to install the WordPress locally on our machine. Just like the way we build our site from VS Code, and we don't need to put anything online before you can do anything there. So you can set it up yourself too. But how do you set it up? So when you want to do online setup, we have the WordPress.com. This is where you are going to do online setup. So when you want to do online setup, you are going to go to this WordPress.com. You sign up, and you keep doing whatever you want to do, but you don't have the power to customize until you pay them. But if you want to have the software downloaded to your system and you can do anything you want there, the first thing you need to do is to go to WordPress.org. So it's not WordPress.com again, it's not WordPress.org. So with this one now, you want to do the things yourself. So as you can see, it's still the same WordPress, but here now, you have to download it yourself and set it up. It's still the same thing that we're seeing from WordPress.com, but this one will not help you to set up anything. You will be the one that will set up everything yourself. And how do you set it up? It's just by clicking on this Get WordPress. So now, this one is going to download it for you. I already have it on my system, but it will go to the download page. It's now left for you to download WordPress. So you have to download it. It's something that will be built already. So someone has already built it. Your own is just to download it. As you can see, you just need to download. And once you click on download, it's going to download a zip file for you. Inside that zip file, that's where you are going to have all the code. Like everything that I've been doing since, there is a code behind it that is generating all those things. So the code that is doing all those things is what you are going to be downloading from this site. So once you download WordPress, it's going to download a zip file for you, which is something I already have for my system. As you can see, I have this WordPress 6.8 then 0.1. So it's just a zip file, and inside that zip file, that's where all the code that is going to be doing the magic for you are going to be like that. So let me open it with WordPress so that let me open it with WinRAR. As you can see, so it's just a folder, and that folder, can you see, it contains all the necessary HTML code, the language they are using, and some other JavaScript code. So all the JavaScript code, all the HTML code, all the CSS code, everything are here. You don't need to create them yourself. Your own is just to install it. Once you install it, it will give you this dashboard that we have from this site, and from there you can start modifying whatever you want. You don't need to start creating the code yourself. As you can see, there's a lot of things they've created down. So thousands of files are here. So let me go back to that page. You see that a lot of files are here. So you setting this thing up yourself is going to take you a lot of days and time before you can do it. But now someone has already done all this thing for you. Your own is now to install it. And the language they are using there is known as PHP. So there is a language they are using there, just like the JavaScript language that we have, the HTML language and the CSS language. So the language they are using for processing everything, including with JavaScript and some other one, is known as PHP. But right now you don't need to know about PHP. you can still work with it. But PHP is just a language that you can use to build a site on the server there. But for now, we don't care about that. So it includes all the necessary HTML code, all the necessary CSS code, all the necessary fonts, all the necessary images that you need, all the necessary JavaScript. And as you can see, we are clicking on the button, something is happening, and so forth like that. All those code, they are there already for you. Your own is just to go to wordpress.org, go to get WordPress, then from then it will bring you to this page where you need to download WordPress. And once you download WordPress, then we go to the next step, which is by installing the software that is going to make it possible for you to install the WordPress on your system. So another software you need here is known as this SAMP. So this SAMP is the one that is going to create the server that we need for us, so that we can be able to run the PHP code. Because PHP code, you cannot run it on your system, you cannot run it directly from VS Code. It's not like the way we did our live server, that you just click on that live server and it will run your HTML code. No, the browser doesn't understand PHP code like that. So this thing needs to be processed by the PHP, then it will send the necessary code to the browser. But how do we do this thing before the result get to the browser? So you need this software, which is this SAMP. So this XAMPP is the software that comes with the database that you need for WordPress, and at the same time it's come with the PHP, as you can see here. So you need to install this SAMP so that you can be able to start the server that will be able to run your application there like that. So I have it on my system already installed, but I will advise you to go to this side, install it down, because in the next class there like that, we are going to be creating a site from WordPress locally. So we are going to build a site using WordPress by following all these steps. Again, I've already have all the software installed, so I want you to go to wordpress.org, download WordPress. Again, download this XAMPP. You are going to download the latest version, which is this one here. So the one with PHP 8.2.12 here, that's the one you are going to download, the one of this 149. Then install it. In the next class, we are now going to set up our project. And what do you need to do? Once you're done installing the stuff, you are going to have access to this SAMP control. So this SAMP control, this is where you can start up the server that will be able to run the PHP code. So this Apache is what we need. So this is the server that you can use to run PHP. And this MySQL, this is where you are going to be creating database. Don't forget, everything that we're adding here on this site, they are being saved somewhere. Where are they being saved to? That's the reason why we need database. So inside the database is where all the data are going to be saved, because now everything that I built from that side, I can just send the site to anybody and they will have access to it. But where is it saving all those things to? Because that wordpress.com has already created all this thing out of the box for us, so we don't need to do anything. But since we want to install it by ourselves now, we need to have database, we need to have the server that can run the code. And in order for you to be able to do all these things easily without you doing a lot of work, just download this XAMPP here, which comes with the PHP that can run that our WordPress, and at the same time, as you can see here, it comes with the server that or it's come with this database. So how do you start it? It's just by clicking on start. So the server is running now. So this is the port for the server. So how do we see what is going on there? We just need to move the necessary file that we need into the appropriate folder there, and from there we'll be able to have access to what we need. So the thing is running already now on port 80 and 443 like this. So again too, if you want to start your database, just click on start, and once that one too start, it's going to show the port number here like the year. So you can see that one too is running right now. So if you want to see your database or you want to see your server, just click on the admin and it will take you to a page where you can see all these things live without you typing any code. You don't need to type any code. Everything has been set up for you. Your own is just to click on that admin and it will come to this side and it will show our this thing. But don't forget, your server must be running and this one too must be running before you can click on it. You will not even be able to click admin unless you set up this thing. And once it's done loading, we should have our database, and inside the database, this is where WordPress is going to save all the data, all the themes that you are going to be installing later on, all the files that you are going to be uploading and so forth like that. It is going to be saving them inside this database, so that when you come back to it later on, you will not lose everything that you've already worked on. like that. And in the next class, we are going to see how we can build a portfolio site. So in the next class, we are going to see how we can build a portfolio site using this WordPress installed locally. I've already downloaded it. What we just need to do is to move it into the correct folder where you need it. So what you just need to do is to extract it out first, like that. So I'm going to use this WinRAR, or you can extract it out with normal window extractor. It's still going to do the same thing, but I love to use this one so that I can extract what I need. Oh yeah, this is what I'm saying here. What's wrong with this system? So you can just click on this extract all like that if you don't have this WinRAR. So this is what you click on. Then you click on extract like this. And once it's done, it will show the folder for you. Can you see? All the file is 71 MB. You know, all this thing put together for your code to get to 71 MB, there's a lot of things that have been worked on that they put together. So if you check all your code, none of them have ever entered 100 kilobytes. None of them, except if you have image. And that's when you are going to see that it's going up to 1 megabyte. But look at this file. It's really large like that, because it's come with all the things packed together. Your own is just to install it, and once it's done installing, you have your dashboard where you can manipulate anything you want, and you can install some editor later on to quickly drag and drop your content there, which is like that Elementor. Another editor we have there is known as Divi. What's wrong with this network? So we have another editor here, Divi, like that. So this is another editor that is there for WordPress, as you can see. So it's another editor for WordPress like that. So the one that is popular here is this Elementor like this. So this Elementor is a plugin that you can install to edit your site easily. It has pro version and it has free, as you can see. It has the pro version and it has the free version like that. So with pro, you have a lot of blocks, a lot of different elements that you can just drag and drop around, and you are going to, as you can see, build a website, create your whatever stuff like that. So you can just, as you can see, this is what you just be doing. So you don't need to be typing the code like that. Just drag the stuff to where you need it, and you modify whatever you need. So when you want to build this thing now, what you just need to do there is just to create like all those things that they are giving to you. Just drag them to where you need, customize it based on the widgets that they give to you and the setting. But most of the setting you have there, you see that it's following the coding part. So most of the things you are going to be seeing from here, since you already have the knowledge about coding, it will not be hard for you like that. So as you can see, the customization where you can just pick whatever you want to use. And as you can see, all this our layout that we normally do, can you see? It's just a matter of clicking of the button to do the stuff instead of typing the code. But if you want to customize it deeper, then you can go to the advanced, and you'll be able to insert whatever you want there like that. So let me go back to the extract. Is this instead? What's wrong? This is not supposed to take time. And again, down, this one that is loading. Yeah, so this one is done. As you can see, this is the database. But what is wrong? Catch. Let me reload. Yeah, so everything is back correctly. So yeah, this is where we're going to be creating our database later on, because we need to create a database where the WordPress can put all those data. It's nothing that you're doing. Just click on it and you just put the name. That's all. You're not doing too much like that. So you put the name of the stuff here, the database you want to use, and you create it. So that name is what we are now going to give to WordPress later on when we are dealing with installation process. And how do you do installation too? That one, so this stuff that is being extracted here, we need to move it into the folder where you install that your XAMPP. So this XAMPP that you are going to be installing later on is going to be installed to a particular folder like that. But most of the time, it's going to be inside this your local disk, and you are going to see the name of that same application there. But my own, I have two. So the new one that I just installed is this XAMPP here, this XAMPP 2. So once you click on the name of the folder where you install that your XAMPP there like that, so it will bring out all the file like the Apache and so forth like that. So these are different files that have been created like that. But don't forget, the Apache is the server that we are using like that. But where is the Apache going to be loading all this file? So it's going to be loading the file from this att docs. So whatever you put inside this att docs, that's what is going to load out for you. That is going to pick out from. If I go back to this stuff. Why is it hanging? Why is this system hanging like this? So click on this admin. You see that it's going to go to the dashboard. As you can see, this is the dashboard for this thing. But where is it getting these details from? Is getting it from this folder. Yeah, can you see the dashboard? So your own now. So for your site you want to create, you just need to add your own too. Yeah. So for example, that portfolio that we want to work on later on. So here we can just create a folder. We're going to call it portfolio. Then the extracted file that is going on right now. So the extracted file that is going on, then we'll copy everything inside this folder. Then from there, we just type it in URL. And from there, installation of PHP is going to kick started. And we are going to put the necessary stuff that needs to be there. But this is where I'll be stopping for now. And once this thing is done extracting, or let me even stop save, because I don't know why this thing is just taking time. Let me stop it. But in the next class, we are going to extract out what we need from that file, then put it here, and we'll start with the installation of the WordPress. And once the WordPress is done installing there like that, then we start looking for the themes that we can use for portfolio. For example, here now, we can just go online and look for the WordPress. So what we just need to do is to type WordPress portfolio themes like this, or you can even go to that wordpress.org. They have some free themes if you want. So this one too, it has some free themes by just going to the extend. As you can see, you click on the themes, so it will take you to the themes page that you can download. This one, don't forget you are setting things yourself, so you download it and you use it, and you can look for a different type of themes that you want here. As you can see, if it is block style or different stuff, but what I want here is portfolio. So let me see if they have anything like that. So scrolling down, can you see? So this is one, this is another one. So can you see the portfolio? So assuming you want to use this type of portfolio now, we just need to download that theme. If it is free, then we install it. Then the next thing we just need to do is to update the content that is there. So anybody that now go to that site, they will see what you are doing or what it's all about to you. As you can see, there are different portfolio that you can install to just explain what you're all about, what you do, and so forth like that. As you can see, there's a lot of portfolio themes that is here. Different pages, they have 49 pages, and you know that inside each one of the pages they have how many? 1 2 3. This is 3 2 3 4 like this. So this is 12. So 12 times 49 themes is what they have for portfolio. So you can keep going until you see the one that you want. So you keep checking. Once you see any one of them that you like, you click on it and you download the stuff. It is free. If it's not free, then you have to buy it like that. But I think I love that first one that it was showing here. It's good for developers. So we can just click on it. So once we click on it here, as you can see, you just need to download it, or you can preview to see how it's going to look like when you install it, because that's what you need to do first. You preview it so that you see whether you like it or not, because you don't need to install it first before you can do this. You can quickly preview it, how it's going to look like. You can see the number of people that have installed it. As you can see, the PHP version, and you know that the PHP we are going to be installing here is 8.2, so which means we are safe. So here now, before you can use this theme, your PHP must be this and above. But since our PHP is more than this, we know that we are safe. This is the number of installation they've already have like that, the current version, and the last time it was updated, which is last month, which is not that far like that. And again, this is the person that developed the stuff. If you want to connect with the person and so forth like that, why is it taking time? So as you can see, you can download it if you want, but this is how it's going to look like on the web. You can see how it's going to look like on the tablet, and you can see how it's going to look like on the small screen. So on the big screen, this is what we have like that. So as you can see, it have the menu, which is like what you saw on that site that I sent the link to you. As you can see here, so it have the same thing. You don't need to code it out. Everything is there. Your own is just to put the items you want on the menu. This is how it looks like. So for the tablet, as you can see, things are arranged, and for the mobile, this is how it's going to look like on the mobile there like that. And you can download it if you want. So here now, I'm just going to click on download, and as you can see, it will download the thing for us. You don't need to pay. This one is free. So the next thing is now to connect it to that your WordPress, but assuming it is online one, that one you have to pay first before you can use, and that's why I don't want to be using that one again. Let us be using this one that is free, and you can customize it to look like what they have, like this sample that they have there. So once it's installed, you're going to see all the goodies it's going to give you, and it's just left for you to customize the page and make it look like this, where you can put all the icons, the text, and all this in that needs to be there like that. I think we are going to install this one that we downloaded right now. I will have installed it now, but now that the thing is taking time to load, well, let me try it again. Maybe it's going to load this time around. So going back into that folder, so where's the folder? I have this download folder. Then where's the WordPress? The thing did not extracted that correctly, so let me delete this one. So where's the WordPress? So let me right click on it, show more, like that. So go into this place, then extract, or you can extract here or extract this one. So if this thing is done, yeah, so it's loading. Why is it not slowing before? Because I know it's not supposed to take time. So 68, 91%. So yeah, so done. So what we need after you extract it out, so what you need to do is to open it. Then inside this, everything that you have here, you are going to cut them. So everything you have here, or what we can just do is to rename this one to portfolio. So let's just rename this one to portfolio. The one we have there before, so let me delete it. So the one that is here that did not have anything inside it, delete. Then this one that I have something, so cut it out. Go into this. I'm going to do this in again in that class. So now that we have it, what we just need to do now is to go to that our local host. You can see the local host here. So we just need to go to the local host like that. You know, assuming it is that our live server we normally use, it is 5100. But this one we don't need to put anything. You just need to do that /portfolio like that. So portfolio, whatever the name of the folder you have there, that same name you are going to type, because we are running our server. The reason why it's working or this one is going to work is because this server is running already. If the server is not running, you cannot do it. It will not work. The server must run first before you can do something like this. And once it's done, what it's going to do is that the folder that we put there, it will go to that place, look for that folder, and it is going to bring it out. So why is it taking time to load? As you can see, for this other one, PHP my admin there, it will load that one, because all this thing they have been set off for you. You don't need to do anything like that. But our own, we need to put the folder there. Then it will come here. It will see the PHP file, and it will start setting up things for us. But I don't know why the thing is slowing down like this. But once it's done, we are going to get the stuff, and everything will be perfect. So why are you slowing down? What is time? Yeah, it's almost time. So let me stop the recording, but we're going to start properly in the next class.